Hello students, now we are going to see January 3rd week 2023 general awareness. January 3rd week means from Jan 16 to Jan 22 general awareness news we are going to see it. Before getting into the video, two important announcements. One is that after completing this video, there is a quiz link in the description box. So January 3rd week general awareness quiz, there is a link in the description box. After watching this video, attend the quiz and check your score. It is a timer based quiz. Within 30 minutes you have to attend it, or else automatically it will get submitted, right? So definitely it will help you to boost your score in the bank exam mains. Another announcement is that if you want to download this week's January 3rd week general awareness PDF, the PDF link is also given in the description box. You can download it, right? Okay, right. Let's move on. So as usual, same as every week, this week general awareness also we will be seeing under this 20 topics. What are those topics? Hot news of the week, national affairs, states in the news, international affairs, agreements news, books and authors, banking and economy news, appointments and resignation, defense news, science and technology, acquisition and merger, awards and recognition, summits and conferences, ranks and reports, sports news, important days, obituaries. If a famous person, if he is died, that news we will be seeing under this heading. Then schemes and committees news, environment news. Suppose if we could not complete any news under these topics, we will be seeing that news, that excluding news in this 20th topic, that is miscellaneous news heading. We will be seeing that news, right? Let us begin. Hot news of the week. This week's most important news. First news. Mukesh Ambani #1 among Indians and 2 globally on brand guardianship index. Yes. Brand guardianship index, it was the ranking, it was an index released by a brand finance. It is a global consultancy firm. It released this ranking. So in this ranking is based on the company's best CEOs. So brand guardianship, so the company's best CEOs, for them the ranking will be released. In that ranking, see the #1 ranking is given to Nvidia. It is a graphics card manufacturing company. Its CEO is Jensen Huang. He is in the rank 1. Rank 2, world level in rank 2, Mukesh Ambani sir is there. He is the chairman of the Reliance Industries Limited. So he is in the #2. In India wise, he is in the #1. So in India's ranking, he is in the #1. Globally, he is ranked #2 in the brand guardianship index. It is given, this brand guardianship index, this ranking is given to give a global recognition to the CEOs who are performing very well to their companies. For them, a recognition is given. So for that purpose, a ranking was released by a global consultancy firm called Brand Finance. Brand Finance company, it is releasing this rank. So it is to give the recognition to the global CEOs. So this ranking will be based on certain parameters. That is how the CEO is running his company, as well as how he is satisfying the needs of his employees, his investors. So based on these parameters, the CEO's ranking will be published under the brand guardianship index. This brand finance, this company only published this index. This brand finance, it is founded in 1996. It is founded in 1996. Its headquarters is in London in UK. So brand finance, this company, this global consultancy firm only releases this brand guardianship index. It not only releases this index, it releases many rankings. So one among the ranking is brand guardianship index. So this brand finance, this company was founded in 1996 in London. Its headquarters is in London. The purpose to create this company is this. It is created with the aim of bridging the gap between marketing and finance. So to bridge the gap between the marketing and finance, how the CEOs are performing. So based on that purposes, how the brands are doing, how the companies are performing well. So based on that purpose only, this company was formed, and they are year by year, they are publishing the ranking. One among the ranking is brand guardianship index. It is to give the global recognition to the CEOs of the global level companies. In that ranking, Mukesh Ambani sir is in the rank 2. Globally, he is in the rank 2. Okay, right? So that's all. Hot news of the week, it is finished. Now we are going to see national affairs. Second news. Nari Shakti will be driving the theme of this year's Republic Day tableau of Navy. Yes. This year, we are having January 26 as the Republic Day. Same as every year, we are celebrating January 26 as the Republic Day. So this year's Republic Day theme is Nari Shakti. That is women's power. So women's power is the theme for this year Republic Day. So in this year's Republic Day parade, who is leading the Republic Day parade is Lieutenant Commander Disha Amrit. So Lieutenant Commander Disha Amrit, she is only leading the Republic Day parade with all the tableaus. She is Lieutenant Commander Disha Amrit. She is the woman. She will only lead the Republic Day this year's parade, showcasing all the tableaus. Above her head, there will be a Dornier aircraft. Behind, there will be a ship. Then there will be a submarine. So all tableaus will be behind her walking. That is, she will only lead this Republic Day parade. So behind her, all the tableaus. After showcasing all the tableaus, country-wise, then state-wise tableaus will be shown. So in states which were the tableaus which is very famous, that statues will be shown in this parade. So this year's Republic Day parade will be led by Indian Navy's Lieutenant Commander Disha Amritman, because this year's Republic Day theme is women's power. That is, we are giving importance for women empowerment. So for that purpose only, this year's Republic Day parade is led by Lieutenant Commander Disha Amritman. Right? Okay. Then third news. India-Bangladesh friendship pipeline would begin supplying diesel to Bangladesh. Yes. Bangladesh Power Minister Nasrul Hamid sir, he announced in Bangladesh Parliament that this year we are going to start the experimental basis of the Indian-Bangladesh friendship pipeline. So, experimental basis, this year we are going to start this India-Bangladesh friendship pipeline. Through this pipeline, we are importing diesel from India. So, through this pipeline, we are importing diesel from India. This was told by the Power Minister of Bangladesh, Nasrul Hamid sir, in Bangladesh Parliament. So, this pipeline's entire length is 131.5 kilometers, which is to be, that is, through this pipeline, fuel, that is, diesel will be imported to Bangladesh from India. Right? So, that's what they have given in this news. Then, okay, he is Nasrul Hamid, he is the minister. Power Minister of the Bangladesh. Then fourth news. PM shared snippets titled Your Exam, Your Methods, Choose Your Own Style from the Exam Warriors book. Yes. In the year 2018, our Prime Minister launched a book called Exam Warriors. So, this book was released by Prime Minister Modi in order to reduce the stress of the students before going to the board exams. For that purpose, Exam Warriors book was released by our Prime Minister Modi in 2018. So, year by year, board exams were conducted and Prime Minister is meeting all the students and giving the speech. In the year 2018, Exam Warriors, this book was released by Prime Minister Modi to motivate the students. How to tackle the exam in a stressless manner. So, that's what in this book. In that book, there is a snippet, there is a sentence called Your Exam, Your Method, Choose Your Own Style. This is what a sentence in that book. That sentence now Prime Minister Modi suggested, once again repeated this year also. So, he had told that one mantra is there for the students, that is Your Exam, Your Method, Choose Your Own Style. Choose your own style and write the exam and score the good mark. You don't have to worry about all those stresses. That's what told by our Prime Minister Modi to those students who are appearing for this year's board exam, right? Then fifth news. Prime Minister inaugurated the second phase of Sansad Khel Mahakumbh 2022-23. Yes, it is a sports festival. Sansad Khel Mahakumbh 2022-23 sports festival. It was inaugurated by our Prime Minister Modi through video conferencing. This sports festival is conducted in Uttar Pradesh in the Basti district. So, in Uttar Pradesh in Basti district, this sports event, that is Sansad Khel Mahakumbh 2022-23, this sports event is going to be held in Uttar Pradesh. So, for that purpose, Prime Minister Modi has inaugurated the sports event also. So, those who were participating in the sports event, they will be picked up for further training by the Sports Authority of India in order to compete for the national level sports. So, that was also the importance given to this Mahakumbh sports festival. So, this festival is celebrated, that is, this event is conducted to showcase our traditional expertise in sports. To showcase our traditional sports expertise, we are conducting this Sansad Khel Mahakumbh 2022-23 festival. This year also we are conducting this festival. This festival this year, it was inaugurated by our Prime Minister through video conferencing only. In this festival, that is in this event, around 40,000 athletes were participating. So compared to the previous year, 3 times more athletes are participating this year. That's what more important in this Khel Mahakumbh 2022-23 festival, right? Then sixth news. Shruti Amrut, a new installment of its widely popular Music in the Park series launched. Yes. There was a music event. It was also conducted in New Delhi. It was conducted in New Delhi in the Nehru Park. This music, that is to showcase the classical music of India, to highlight the beauty of the classical beauty of India, classical music of India, to highlight its beauty, to showcase its importance. We are celebrating this festival, that is this event, that is Music in the Park series. So in that event, this year we are celebrating that event under a new heading called Shruti Amrut. So that's what the name given to this year's classical music event festival, which is to be conducted in New Delhi's Nehru Park. Actually, this event, this classical music event, it was organized by SBI Clerk, an association. The full form is Promotion of Society for Promotion of Indian Classical Music and Culture Among Youth. So in order to promote our Indian classical music and arts and culture, we are, that is the society, that is SBI Clerk, it's an association, was formed to encourage all the youth of the country to know about the classical music, to know about the importance of our traditional music art forms. So for that purpose only this association was formed. This association was founded in 1977 to promote the tangible and intangible aspects of Indian and global heritage. In order to showcase our culture, our music, our art form, this organization was formed in 1977. So that organization is only conducting this music event, that is Music in the Park series. So in that series, this year's event is new installment, new event is Shruti Amrut, right, to highlight the beauty of Indian classical music. So this music event was held in New Delhi's Nehru Park. Then seventh news. NCERT has released India's first national assessment regulator, PARAG. Yes. This year, NCERT has released a national level assessment regulator. Its name is PARAG. Its full form is, PARAG full form is the Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development. It was the full form. Actually, this regulator, it was a national level regulator which was formed by NCERT. This national level PARAG regulator will regulate all the board schools, whatsoever the state board schools in whichever state it may be, all the board schools, their students, that is the assessment, students assessment and the mark evaluation, these guidelines will be released by PARAG. They were the national level assessment regulator to regulate all the schools, all the school students assessment and evaluation criteria. That rules they will only release it. So a national level assessment regulator was formed this year. So its name is PARAG. So the PARAG regulator aims to set up assessment guidelines for all board schools across the country. In whichever state it may be, whichever board schools it may be, they have to follow this assessment regulator's guidelines only. So for that purpose, national level assessment regulator was formed. That name is PARAG. Okay, that's all. National affairs we have finished. Now we are moving on to states in the news. 8th news. So which state we are going to see? Himachal Pradesh state. Himachal Pradesh government restored the old pension scheme in its first cabinet meeting. Yes, more and more states are restoring to their old pension scheme for the vote purpose only, for the vote bank only. Most of the Congress ruled state governments, they are again moving on to the old pension scheme. In that list, Himachal Pradesh is also the state. Now they have told in their cabinet meeting, first cabinet meeting, that we are moving to the old pension scheme. That's what told by the Himachal Pradesh CM Sukhvinder Singh Sikhu sir. Previously, Rajasthan also told it. Then Jharkhand, then Aam Aadmi ruled party state Punjab, they have also told that we are switching over to, that is, we are moving on to old pension scheme. What is there in the old pension scheme? See, in the old pension scheme, before 2004 only we are having the old pension scheme. After 2004, we are having new pension scheme, that is the national pension scheme. Before 2004, in the old pension scheme, if a government employee, central government or state government employee, if he is retiring, at the age of retirement, what was his last driven salary? Right? So what was his last given salary? Based on that salary, 50% will be given as the monthly pension. See, suppose he is earning rupees 1 lakh per month. So before retirement, he is earning 1 lakh rupees per month. So after retirement, he will be getting 50%. That is monthly pension of 50,000 rupees every month he is going to get. But for this pension fund, he is not contributing anything from his salary. Government is contributing. So for that purpose only, central government and insisted all the state government in 2004, we should not follow the old pension scheme. We should move over to the new pension scheme or national pension scheme. But now more and more states are moving on to maximum opposition parties. Congress ruled states, state government, they are moving on to the old pension scheme. They have told that our state government employees, they will be giving pension under the old pension scheme. It is going to, in Himachal Pradesh, they have told that we are moving on to old pension scheme. It is going to benefit about 1.36 lakh national pension scheme employees, because after 2004, Himachal Pradesh state employees were covered under the national pension scheme. Now they will be covered under the old pension scheme. That's what told by the Himachal Pradesh CM, that they have announced in their first cabinet meeting. Actually, RBI wants it. What RBI wants, So states should not move on to the old pension scheme, because that will increase your fiscal deficit. Your expenditure will get increased, because for the pension fund, that employee is not contributing anything from his salary. Instead, government is contributing. It will lead to a huge chunk of expenditure from your fiscal amount. It will be, the huge expenditure will be done. So that will definitely lead to the fiscal deficit. So don't do that. RBI wants it. Still most of the opposition party ruled states are telling that for the vote purpose, they are telling that, okay, we are switching over to the old pension scheme. That's what they are telling. Because after 2004, in the new pension scheme, employees must also contribute for the new pension scheme. That in that national pension scheme, that fund will be actually invested in the share market. Before 2004, that fund will not be invested in the share market. Now that fund will be invested in the share market. So that purpose only, most of the states and the central government told that better after 2004 we can move on to national pension scheme, and same as that government has moved on. But now more and more state governments are again switching over to the old pension scheme. RBI wants them. Don't do that. It will increase your fiscal deficit. State's fiscal deficit in percentage of the GDP is going to increase. Better be alert. That's what told by the RBI. Then 9th news. Kerala's Wayanad becomes the first district in the country to provide basic documents to all tribal people. Yes. This news is based on which state? Kerala state. In Kerala, Wayanad is the first district. Again, in the country, in India, Wayanad is the first district to provide all basic documents to the tribal peoples. To all the tribal peoples in Wayanad districts, all basic documents were provided. Basic documents like Aadhaar cards, ration cards, birth certificate, death certificate, election ID cards, bank accounts, and health insurance is all provided to, all basic documents is provided to all the tribal people in the Wayanad district. So Kerala's Wayanad district became the first district in the country to provide basic documents to all the tribal people. Then 10th news. This news is also related to the Kerala state. Kollam has become the country's first constitution literate state. Yes. In Kerala, there is a district named Kollam. This district becomes the country's first constitution literate state. What does that mean? In Kollam, each and every people is educated about the constitution laws and their rights. So that's how Kollam has become the constitution literate state. Each and every people know the constitution laws and their rights. It is educated by actually there was a 7-month campaign launched by the Kollam District Panchayat, the District Planning Committee. So to educate the citizens in that district about the constitution laws and their rights, they have organized a campaign. Now each and every people in that district know about the constitutional laws and their rights. So now they have become the country's first constitutional literate district. Then 11th news. This is also related to the Kerala state. Kerala announced that girls students above the age of 18 years will get maternity leave of 60 days. Yes, this was told by Kerala's Higher Education Minister R. Bindu ma'am. She is the R. Bindu ma'am. She told that in Kerala, that is the college students, that is the students, girl students above the age of 18 years will get maternity leave per year of 60 days. So 60 days per year, a girl student above the age of 18 years will be getting the maternity leave. That is the menstrual leave she will be getting per year. That is every month 5 days she is going to get. Because before that also Kerala announced that every girl students in the schools will be getting the menstrual leave of 5 days per month. So same as that they have implemented in the college girl students also they have implemented. So previously for the girl students they must have 75% attendance per year. Now that also they have reduced. 73% attendance is enough. That was also told by the Kerala's Higher Education Minister R. Biddu. Okay, then 12th news. Uttar Pradesh emerged as the top location for mobile gamers. Yes. Actually, there was a report, India Mobile Gaming Report 2022. This report was released by the famous app, gaming app called Mobile Premier League, MPL app. They released a report. In that report, what they have told is that in which state more and more people are playing the mobile games. So in that list, Uttar Pradesh topped. Uttar Pradesh topped the list. Next, it is Maharashtra, then Rajasthan, then Bihar and West Bengal. So Uttar Pradesh emerged as the top location for mobile gamers. In Uttar Pradesh, more and more people are playing the mobile games. So that's what they have told in this report. Then 13th news. India's largest hydel power project to date come up in Arunachal Pradesh. Yes, still date, our government has announced that India's largest hydel power project is going to be come in Arunachal Pradesh. That is, they are planning to build a huge hydel power project. India's largest hydel power project. It is going to come in Arunachal Pradesh. That project name is Upper Siang Multi-Purpose Storage Project. It is to be coming in Arunachal Pradesh. Government has spent around, that is how much amount they have allocated to build this storage, to build this dam is $1.13 trillion they have allocated. Still, it is in the paper only. They haven't constructed this project. Still, it is in the paper, but once the project gets finished, it will be the largest hydel power project in India. Right? Because actually it is against the China we are doing that. Because China is building a dam in the Brahmaputra river in their country. Same as that India is also building the dam in the Brahmaputra river. So for that purpose only they are building this largest hydel power project, because if they are building the dam, so once they are releasing the water from the dam, that water can be used to generate electricity, hydel energy, we can generate it. So for that purpose, a largest hydel power project is going to come in Arunachal Pradesh. That project name is Upper Siang Multi-Purpose Storage Project. Okay, that's all. States in the news we have finished. Then international affairs. International affairs news we are going to see. 14th news. External Affairs Minister extended concessional line of credit for developing sporting infrastructure in Maldives. Yes, our External Affairs Minister, Jaishankar Prasad sir, he is on a visit to Maldives. So once he went to Maldives, he told that, so in order to develop sporting infrastructure in Maldives, we are giving a credit amount of $40 million. So 40 million US dollar credit, line of credit, that is loan amount, to develop the sports infrastructure in Maldives. Our government has given a loan. That is 40 million US dollars we have given it. So it is to promote the neighborhood first policy, because see, in the Asian countries, specifically in the South Asia, India is the most developed country. Actually, we are the developing country. But in South Asia, India is the developed country compared to other countries. It is developing more. Its GDP is more. Its economic growth is more. So, so compared to Bhutan, compared to Nepal, compared to Sri Lanka, compared to Maldives, compared to Pakistan, Afghanistan, Myanmar. So, compared to all these, Bangladesh, compared to all these states, all these countries, India is the top country in every parameters. So for that purpose, what our government have told is that, okay, right, first we must create a policy called neighborhood first policy. So rather than focusing to the Western countries like America, like Britain, we must focus to the development of our neighborhood countries. So for that purpose, in Maldives, to develop the sports infrastructure, we have given 40 million US dollars line of credit loan we have given. It is under the campaign, that is the flagship project which is launched in India to develop the sports infrastructure in India. Our government have launched Fit India and Khelo India campaign, and the sports event is also held. So same as that. So for in that relating to that project, we are planning to develop sports infrastructure we are helping to develop sports infrastructure in our neighborhood country called Maldives. So for that purpose, we have given 40 million US dollars loan amount. Okay, then 15th news. Janani Ramachandran take oath as the Auckland City Council member in the US state of California. Yes. See, in the US state of California, Janani Ramachandran, yes, she is a woman belong to the LGBT community. She is also an Indian American lawyer in America. Now she is appointed as the Auckland City Council member. Auckland City is similar council member. It is similar to the mayor post in India. In India, in local government will be having mayor post, right? In the municipal corporations will be having mayor post. Same as that. In US, Auckland City Council member is an 30-year-old Indian American attorney. She is a lawyer. That is Janani Ramachandran. She belongs to a LGBT community. Now she is appointed as the Auckland City Council member. Right? Then 16th news. UN Security Council has listed Pakistan-based terrorist Abdul Rahman Makki as a global terrorist. Yes. UN Security Council now announced Abdul Rahman Makki. He is the Abdul Rahman Makki. He is Hafiz Saeed. He is the leader of the Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist or Jaish-e-Mohammed Lashkar-e-Taiba. Lashkar-e-Taiba chief, leader of the Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist organization. He is the leader. Hafiz Saeed. He is the leader. So he is behind the Taj Hotel attack, 26/11 mastermind. He is behind that. This terrorist organization is behind the Taj Hotel attack, which was conducted on 2008 terrorist attack on the Taj Hotel in Mumbai. Right. So he is behind that. This terrorist organization is behind that attack. So Abdul Rahman Makki, he is the brother-in-law of Hafiz Saeed, the leader of the Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist organizations. Brother-in-law is Abdul Rahman Makki. So in the previous year, in India actually passed a resolution in UN Security Council to designate Abdul Rahman Makki, who is the brother-in-law of Hafiz Saeed, to declare him as the global terrorist. Our India has passed a resolution in the UN Security Council, but China opposed it. China opposed it because in UN Security Council there is a 5 permanent members are there. That is US. These were the World War II winning countries. Russia, China, France and UK. These were the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council. The advantage is that if a resolution is passed in the UN Security Council, if one member, that is if one country doesn't accept the resolution, that resolution won't get passed. So that only in previous year also China backed the resolution and we could not designate Abdul Rahman Makki as the global terrorist. But now we have pressurized China, more countries have pressurized China, now China also accepted, and UN Security Council, a resolution was passed to designate Abdul Rahman Makki, who is the brother-in-law of Hafiz Saeed, as the global terrorist, because he is involved in raising funds, recruiting and radicalizing the youth, specifically the youth in the Jammu and Kashmir for the terrorist purpose, for the terrorism purpose. He is behind the mastermind. He is the mastermind. So for that purpose only, India is announcing that better designate Abdul Rahman Makki as a global terrorist, because previously India and US have designated him as global terrorist. Already Hafiz Saeed is the global terrorist. UN Security Council designated Hafiz Saeed as global terrorist. But now what India is insisting is that better designate Abdul Rahman Makki, who is the brother-in-law, better designate him also as a global terrorist. Now they have designated. UN Security Council, a resolution was passed to designate Abdul Rahman Makki as the global terrorist. Then 17th news. International Tourism Fair FITUR 2023 is being organized in Madrid in Spain. Yes, International Tourism Festival, tourism event. That is the second most important tourism festival. Tourism event is held in Spain. In Madrid, they have organized this. They have held this International Tourism Trade Festival or event. That name is FITUR 2023. Then the first most important tourism fair, it is held in Berlin. Last year it is held, ITB Berlin. It is the first most important tourism fair, which was held last year in 2022 in Germany. After that, the second most important tourism fair, it was held this year in Spain. That name is FITUR 2023. So around 10,000 national and international companies have participated in this event. In this festival, they have participated. Then 18th news. United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution titled Education for Democracy. Yes. In UN General Assembly also, a resolution was passed, which was co-sponsored by India. India was co-sponsoring this resolution. That resolution name is Education for democracy. This was the resolution which was passed in the UN General Assembly, because in UN General Assembly, UN organization, around 193 member countries are there. So around 193 member countries, what they are insisting based on this resolution is that each and every country, they must focus on the education, because education will only lead to the democracy. So for that purpose only a resolution was passed, which was co-sponsored by India in UN General Assembly. Right, that recognizes that education for all contributes to the strengthening of democracy. If we give education to our people, that will definitely strengthen the democracy. That's what they have told in this news. Then 19th news, India will support Sri Lanka's debt restructuring plan. Yes, actually we know that Sri Lanka is in an economic crisis. That is, they don't have the foreign exchange reserve because they don't have dollars. If they have dollars only, they can import foreign goods, especially crude oil. They can import from other countries by paying it in dollars, not in their currency. So for that purpose, they need foreign exchange reserve, but there is no foreign exchange reserve due to the bad economic policies, and tourism got affected, and in the pandemic time there was an terrorist attack. So due to that purpose, Sri Lanka is in an economic crisis. So their foreign exchange reserve got reduced. There is no more foreign exchange reserve. So for that purpose, what India is doing is that India is helping Sri Lanka. We are giving more fund. We are giving more loan to Sri Lanka. We are lending more. So same as that, China is also lending to Sri Lanka. Japan is also lending to Sri Lanka. But now what Sri Lanka does is that they are asking loan to the IMF. IMF have given permission that we are ready to give 2.9 billion US dollars loan. We are ready to give, but on one condition, because IMF will not help to any country without a condition. Because in 1991, we have a crisis similar to Sri Lanka, what they are facing now. We have a crisis in 1991. So based on that reform only, based on that crisis only, we have LPG reforms, liberalization, privatization, globalization. We have it. Because in 1991, we also don't have any foreign exchange reserve. That is, we are having foreign exchange reserve for only 2 weeks. For the 2 weeks of imports only, we are having the dollars. After that, we don't have any dollars. So that we went to IMF, we asked the help. What IMF told is that we are ready to help you, we are ready to give you dollars, but on one condition. What condition is that you have to liberalize your economy, you have to privatize your economy, you have to globalize your economy. Automatically, we are not having any fund, right? We are not having any foreign exchange reserve. We automatically accepted it. Same as that, now Sri Lanka is facing the crisis. So compared to India, they are facing a bad crisis now. They are facing a very, very bad crisis. So IMF told them we are ready to give you the loan. 2.9 billion US dollars we are ready to give you, but on one condition. Previously your main bilateral creditors, that is China, Japan and India, they were the main bilateral creditors to Sri Lanka. Ask them to reduce their EMI, because China is also for example, out of 100 rupees loan, China is giving 40 rupees to Sri Lanka. Japan is giving 30 rupees to Sri Lanka. India is giving 30 rupees. That is, if Sri Lanka is getting loan from these three countries, and month on month Sri Lanka must repay as a EMI. Same as the loan we are getting from the bank, right? Same as that Sri Lanka is also getting loan from China, Japan and India. Right? Out of 100 rupees, month on month, to China they have to pay 40 rupees. To Japan they have to pay 30 rupees. To India they have to pay 30 rupees. Right? What IMF told is that, okay, I am ready to give you the loan, but you must ask your bilateral creditors, three important bilateral creditors, that is China, Japan and India, to reduce their EMI, to restructure their debt. So that is the debt restructuring plan. What they are insisting is that, tell China that you must reduce your EMI to 20 rupees. Tell Japan that you must reduce your EMI to 20 rupees. Tell India that you have to reduce your EMI to 20 rupees. So automatically remaining 40 rupees is there. So that 40 rupees month on month, you pay EMI to IMF. So you pay to us. That's what insisted by the IMF to Sri Lanka. So that's what is debt restructuring plan. So for that purpose, Sri Lanka is asking permission to each and every country, China, Japan and India. India are given permission. We already know that, right? Because more Indian population, that is Indian Tamils are in Sri Lanka, in the northern part of Sri Lanka, more Indian Tamils are there. So for that purpose, definitely India will help. So India is ready to support Sri Lanka's debt restructuring plan. So that's what they have given in this news article. Then 20th news. Aruna Miller became the first Indian American to be the Lieutenant Governor in the state of Maryland. Yes, in US, in the state of Maryland, first Indian American to become the Lieutenant Governor is Aruna Miller. She is the woman. She is the woman. She is the first Indian American. She is also an Indian American. She is also an Indian. Right? Origin of India. Right? She becomes the first Lieutenant Governor in the state of Maryland in America. That's all. Then 21st news. India has announced a donation of 12,500 doses of pentavalent vaccines to Cuba. Yes. Previously we have seen, right? External Affairs Minister have gone to Maldives and he has given loan amount of $40 million to develop the sporting infrastructure. Same as that, our Minister of State for External Affairs, that is Meenakshi Lekhi ma'am, Central Minister, she had visited to Cuba and told that we are ready to give 12,500 doses of pentavalent vaccines free of cost. We are ready to donate 12,500 doses of pentavalent vaccines to Cuba. So what was that vaccine used for? Actually, this vaccine is provided to protect the children from the 5 life-threatening diseases like diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, hepatitis B and hip. So it is the 5 life-threatening diseases for a child. To protect those child, pentavalent vaccines are provided. So 12,500 pentavalent doses of vaccines is donated by India to Cuba. That's what they have given in this news article. Okay, that's all. International affairs we have finished. Now we are going to see agreements or MOUs. 22nd news. Gogaro is advancing its plan to deploy battery swapping network in India. Yes, Gogaro. It is a Taiwan-based battery swapping, that is electric vehicle infrastructure company. Gogaro, now they have signed an agreement with Maharashtra government to set up the battery swapping infrastructure in that state. Previously also Gogaro signed a similar agreement to set up the battery swapping infrastructure with the Hero MotoCorp and to Zip Electric. To these companies they have signed the agreement. Now they have signed agreement with the Maharashtra government to set up the battery swapping network infrastructure in that state. What is battery swapping? What is that battery swapping technology? See, for electric vehicles we need battery, right? But once the battery gets exhausted, in India, once the battery gets exhausted, we don't have frequent electric vehicle charging stations like petrol and diesel ones. We don't have frequent electric vehicle charging stations. But if battery swapping infrastructure is developed in India, what we can do is that once we are going through the road and once our battery gets exhausted, straight away we can go to this battery swapping bunk. We can go there and we can replace our battery, that is the exhausted battery, and we can get the full storage battery and we can fix it. So for that purpose we will be paying the amount. So to set up this battery swapping infrastructure, Gogaro, they are specialists in that. So Gogaro, Taiwan-based company, they are signing agreement with Maharashtra government. Okay, right. Agreements or MOUs we have finished. Now we are going to see books and others news. 23rd news. English version of the book title Come Let's Run, released by Krishnamachari Srikanth. Yes, previously in the year 2021, March 8, they have released a book in Tamil called Odalam Vanga. This was a book released by our Tamil Nadu Health Minister Ma Subramanian. He is the Tamil Nadu Health Minister. He had released a book based on his marathon journey because he is a marathon runner. So based on that he had written a book. It was published in 2021. It was released by him in 2021, March 8, 2021. That book name is Odalam Vanga. That book's English version was released this month. This month by former cricket captain, that is Srikanth sir, Krishnamachari Srikanth sir. He released this book, the English version of the Odalam Vanga book named Come Let's Run. It is the journey of the Tamil Nadu Health Minister's marathon journey. Tamil Nadu Health Minister marathon journey. That Health Minister is Ma Subramanian sir. Okay, that's all. Books and authors we have finished. Now we are going to see banking, economy or business news. Actually we have January 3rd week separate video, banking awareness video, we have it. But still some news we may not have covered in that heading, economy news, business news, we may not have covered. That news we will be covering in this heading, banking, economy or business news. Let's see. 24th news. SEBI allowed alternative investment funds to participate in the credit default swaps market. Yes, Securities and Exchange Board of India, now what they have told is that we are allowing alternative investment fund companies to participate in the credit default swap market. That was allowed by SEBI. They have given approval to the alternative investment funds. That is the companies which were raising money from the investors through bonds, through stocks. Now what SEBI is telling is that, okay, right, Alternative investment fund companies, they can participate in credit default swap market. What is credit default? See, if your buyer is actually if a company is borrowing from an investor through a bond, by issuing a bond, he is borrowing some 1 lakh rupees. After 1 year or 2 years, he must repay it. But after 1 year or 2 years, that after the end of the tenor, he could not repay. Now what he does is that he is swapping his credit default to another company, third party. So that is credit default swap. So if a company, if that company could not pay back the credit, they can credit default, they can swap it to other company. Later on, they can, that buyer can pay to this company. So this is what credit default swap market is. Now SEBI had allowed alternate investment fund companies to participate in the credit default swap market. Okay, then 25th news. Adani Enterprises has an agreement with Ashok Leyland to develop a hydrogen fuel cell electric truck. Yes, hydrogen fuel cell electric truck. So to develop a hydrogen power, that is hydrogen fuel cell electric truck, Adani Enterprises has done an agreement with, signed an MOU with Ashok Leyland as well as with Ballard Power in Canada, a Canadian company. So Ballard Power, they have signed an agreement to develop a hydrogen fuel cell electric truck. That truck is used for mining, logistics and transportation, but the truck is powered using hydrogen fuel. So to develop that truck, Adani Enterprises had signed an MOU with Ashok Leyland as well as with Ballard Power, Canada-based company, right? Then 26th news. Google is actively working on a sound box for the India market similar to the Paytm or PhonePe. Yes, we have, right? We have, suppose if you are going to your shop and if you are purchasing any product using, and we are paying through UPI, Google Pay or PhonePe, if you are paying the amount, that shopkeeper or that trader, that merchant doesn't have to see his mobile, whether this person's amount is credited or not. He doesn't have to see his mobile. Rather, that in soundbox, the alert will be given. So much amount is credited to your account. The alert will be given in that soundbox. So that soundbox is set up in India by Paytm and PhonePe. So similar to that. So to develop similar to the phone box developed by, that is the similar to the sound box developed by Paytm and PhonePe, Google company is also actively working to develop same as that sound box. So to facilitate the UPI payment interface, UPI based payments, to facilitate that, Google company is also actively working on to develop a sound box which is similar to the sound box developed by the Paytm and PhonePe in India. Okay, right. Then 27th news. Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank Limited has bagged the Best Small Bank Award. Yes. Best Small Bank Award 2022 for the year 2022 is given to the Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank. It is the Best Small Bank Award, not a Small Finance Bank Award. Best Small Bank Award. What does that mean? Small bank is that if their book size, if their asset value is less than 1 lakh crore rupees, that bank will be categorized under small bank. So, Best Small Bank Award for the year 2022 is given to Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank Limited. Then 28th news. Punjab National Bank offers credit cards against fixed deposit to customers. Yes. Punjab National Bank, they are offering credit cards against the fixed deposit. Suppose if a customer, if he could not get the regular credit card from the bank, but he is having fixed deposit in the bank, around 1 lakh or 2 lakh FD he is having in the bank, in the Punjab National Bank, now he could avail credit card based on his fixed deposit. So that credit cards based on fixed deposit, it was offered by the Punjab National Bank. That credit card they can purchase through their banking app also, mobile banking app also, PNB one. Through this app also they can purchase it. Through this app, if they get credit card loans, they will get 0.25% interest rate concession also they will be getting. Interest rate also 0.25%, they will be, interest rate will be reduced if they purchase, that is if they get loan, that is credit card loan digitally through the mobile banking app PNB one. So see, actually credit cards more and more people are using, but to avail the credit card, certain salary limit is there. If your monthly salary is about 25,000, 30,000, 40,000, you will get a credit card. Suppose if your bank customer, if he is not meeting that eligibility criteria, but he is having the fixed deposit in the bank, now he could get that credit card based on his fixed deposit. He could get that credit card. It was launched by Punjab National Bank. That's what they have given in this news article. Then 29th news. The Life Insurance Corporation of India has launched LIC Jeevan Asad plan. Yes, LIC has launched a new plan called LIC Jeevan Asad plan. So already we know it. Life insurance plan means it is to provide financial support for the family in case of unfortunate death of the insured person. If he is died unfortunately during the term period, their families will get that amount, get that financial support. They will get it. Suppose through the entire tenure, if he is alive, that then also he will be getting that amount, right? So for now, LIC has launched a new plan called LIC Jeevan Asad plan. In this plan, what is peculiar in this plan is that, so special in this plan is that premium, that customer, he or she will be paying the insurance premium for only 18 years. Normally, the tenor for this plan is 15 to 20 years. 15 to 20 years, but he will be paying premium for only 8 years. Remaining 7 years he won't pay. Suppose he is taking this plan for 15 years tenor, he will be paying premium for only 8 years. Remaining 7 years he won't pay the premium. But after 7 years, that is after 15 years, he is going to get the amount double. So that's what it was. That plan was launched by LIC. That plan name is LIC Jeevan Asad plan. So minimum basic amount an investor would get is minimum he or she will get rupees 2 lakh, maximum he or she will get rupees 5 lakhs. So LIC has given a data, right? If a person is investing, that is he is paying premium per year 25,000, and next year again from the second year he is paying 25,578 rupees. At the time of end of the tenor, once the LIC tenor gets finished, he will be getting around 5 lakh rupees. So that's what LIC are told. You have to invest only 2,95,000. That is, if you are investing around 3 lakh rupees, you will be getting around 5 lakh rupees after 15 years. But for that purpose, you will be paying premium for only 8 years. Half of the year only you will be paying the premium. Half of the tenor only you will be paying the premium. Remaining tenor you won't be paying the premium. But instead, after 15 years, you will be getting the amount. Double amount you will be getting it. That's what a plan was launched by the LIC. That plan name is LIC Jeevan Asad plan. So that's all. Banking, economy or business news we have finished. Now we are going to see appointments and resignations. 30th news. Praveen Sharma appointed as Director in the National Health Authority. Yes, Praveen Sharma sir is appointed as the Director of the National Health Authority because National Health Authority is the organization which is implementing the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission or Ayushman Bharat Health Mission, India's flagship public health insurance scheme. So this scheme was launched to provide 10 crore families 5 lakh rupees. That is for the costly medical treatment. Up to 5 lakh rupees health insurance is provided for the 10 crore families. So around 50 crore people. So it is for the 10 crore families. Per family 5 members are there, means 50 crore people are covered under this Ayushman Bharat Health Mission. So to implement this Ayushman Bharat Health Mission, National Health Authority is the apex body. It is the implementing body. So its director now is appointed. So its director now is Praveen Sharma sir is appointed. Right? Then actually he is a 2005 batch Indian Defence Service of Engineers officer. He is appointed as the National Health Authority Director. Then 31st news. Clary Lombardelli has been appointed as the new OECD Chief Economist. Yes, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So same as SAARC, ASEAN, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, it is a organization of different countries, right? So same as OECD also, it is an organization of different countries. So based on the economic cooperation and development. So for that organization, that is for OECD, Chief Economist is appointed. Her name is Clary Lombardelli. Actually, she is the UK government's Treasury Department Chief Economic Advisor. Now, she is appointed as the OECD Chief Economist. She is the person, Clary Lombardelli. Then, okay, that's all. We have finished. Appointments and resignation, we have finished. Now, we are going to see defense news. 32nd news. Indian Navy is set to commission the 5th Calvary class submarine Vagir on 23rd Jan 2023. Yes, this month on 23rd Jan, actually Indian Navy is going to launch the Kalvari class submarine. That is the 5th Kalvari class submarine named Vagir. Actually, what is a Kalvari class submarine? Actually, we will be calling it as Scorpion class submarine. Actually, this submarine will run on diesel and electric. So, diesel and electric powered submarines, that is called Scorpion powered submarines. So, its 5th class is now launched, now commissioned to Indian Navy. So, on 23rd Jan 2023, actually, totally in the Scorpion class submarine list, we are having 6 submarines. That is, first one is INS Kalvari. It is commissioned on 2018. Then INS Kanderi, it is commissioned in 2019. Then INS Karanj, it is commissioned in 2021. 10th March 2021 only, INS Karanj, 3rd category of Kalvari class submarine is commissioned. Then INS Vela, 4th class is commissioned on 25 November 2021 to the Indian Navy. Then 5th Scorpion class submarine, that is Vagir. Now it is commissioned on 23rd Jan 2023. Still one more class Scorpion class submarine we are having it, Vakshir. Indian Navy is planning to commission on March 2024. That is next year they are planning to commission it. Now we are commissioning the 5th Kalvari class, that is Scorpion class submarine or Kalvari class submarine called INS Vagir. This is the submarine, INS Vagir. Then 33rd news. Captain Surbi Jakmola will be the first women officer to be posted on a foreign assignment at the Border Road Organization. Actually, she is the women officer in the Border Road Organization. Now she is appointed. Now she is posted on a foreign assignment to a country, Bhutan. To Bhutan as for the project Dantak. For the project Dantak to Bhutan, first women officer is posted. That is, her name is Captain Subbi Jakmola of Indian Army. Right? Actually, Border Road Organization, they are responsible for building road infrastructure in the border areas. So, adjoining the border areas to the China, Pakistan, BRO will be responsible for building the road infrastructure. So, in BRO, Captain Surbi Jakmola is an officer. Now, she is appointed there. Now, she is posted for the foreign assignment for the project Dantak in Bhutan. That is also a more or less a road infrastructure project. So, for that project, Indian women officer is posted. Her name is Captain Surbi Jakmola. She is the woman. Then 34th news. Exercise Cyclone 1 started on 14th January at Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. Yes. Exercise Cyclone 1, actually it is a joint exercise. It is a bilateral exercise between the special forces of the Indian Army of India, that is the special forces of the Army of India and Egypt. That is, it is a bilateral exercise conducted between the special forces of the Indian and Egyptian Army. Its name is Exercise Cyclone 1. Now this year it is conducted in Rajasthan at Jaisalmer on 14th January. Right? So, two countries. Actually, this exercise is conducted. Actually, every exercise, bilateral exercise between any countries, it is to boost the bilateral cooperation and to boost the defense cooperation between the both countries. If 2 countries or 3 countries, they are engaging in an exercise to boost the defense cooperation between those countries. This exercise is conducted every year. Same as that, this year also, Indian and Egyptian Army Special Forces exercise is conducted. Joint exercise is conducted. That exercise name is Exercise Cyclone 1. Then 35th news. Indian Army has organized the 2nd edition of the hackathon named Sainya Ranakshetram 2.0. Yes, Indian Army has organized a hackathon. That is a competition called Sainya Ranakshetram 2.0. Actually, this competition was launched on October 2022. Last year they have launched it and they have planned to launch this campaign up to January 2023. So, this competition, Sainya Ranakshetram 2.0 hackathon, this competition's 2nd version is launched in January 2023. For what purpose this competition is launched? This competition is launched for the innovative solutions in the field of cyber security. So, if any person, any citizen can participate in this competition, if they are having any innovative solutions to tackle the cyber attacks, they can participate in this event, they can share their ideas, they can share their solutions. So, they will be given reward also. So, for that purpose, Sainya Ranakshetram 2.0 hackathon is conducted this month. 2nd edition is conducted this month. Then 36th news. 21st edition of Varuna, the bilateral naval exercise between India and France commenced. Before that also we have seen, right, exercise Cyclone between Indian and Egyptian army special forces. We are conducting a joint exercise. Same as that, India and France, we are having a bilateral naval exercise. That exercise name is Varuna. So it's that exercise 21st edition is now conducted in India, right? It is a naval exercise between India and France. So in this naval exercise, India's ship will also be commenced in that exercise. Then France ship, France Navy, they will be showcasing their ship also in that exercise. So it is also to boost the naval cooperation between the two countries. Okay, right. That's all. Defense news we have finished. Now we are going to see awards and recognition. 37th news. New Goa Manohar International Airport won the prestigious Best Sustainable Greenfield Airport Award. Yes. Best Sustainable Greenfield Airport Award is given to the New Goa Manohar International Airport. This news we have seen 1 or 2 weeks back in the general awareness also we have seen it. Actually, Prime Minister Modi had inaugurated this New Goa Manohar International Airport. This airport is a greenfield airport. It is built with the help of the green energy, solar and wind energy. They have built this airport, right? The electricity is supplied using the solar and wind energy. So for that airport, now they are given the award called Best Sustainable Greenfield Airport. This award is given by given in the ASCOM 14th International Conference. In that conference, the award ceremony is also held for the Civil Aviation 2023. So in that award, New Goa Manohar International Airport is given the Best Sustainable Greenfield Airport, because this airport is named after the former CM of Goa, Manohar Parrikar sir. Now that airport have won the award. Then 38th news. ESAF Small Finance Bank has bagged the prestigious Inclusive Finance India Awards 2022. Yes, Inclusive Finance India Awards 2022. This award was won by ESAF Small Finance Bank because this bank has taken more effort, contributed more for the financial inclusion as well as to supporting financial growth. Actually, to reach the finance to each and every sector of the people, to each and every people in the rural area also, they have contributed more. ESAF Small Finance Bank have taken various efforts. They have launched many projects called ESAF Dhansri, ESAF Udyog Jyoti. So, like same as that, many projects they have launched for the financial inclusion purposes. What is financial inclusion? So, for those people in the rural areas who could not avail credit from the bank, for that people now ESAF have taken efforts to give credit to that people also. So, that is called financial inclusion. Financial inclusion, that is BPL people. So, for BPL people, if we want to give any credit, if we want to give credit through the banks, this small finance bank have taken many efforts. For that purpose only, this bank is given the Inclusive Finance India Awards 2022. Then 39th news. Critics Choice Awards 2023, RRR bags 2 more awards. Yes. Previously, in the Golden Globes Winners Award, previously in the Oscar also, RRR have won 1 award for the Nattu Nattu song. Best Original Song and Motion Picture under this category, Nattu Nattu song have won the award. Still, RRR movie is winning 2 more awards in the Critics Choice Awards. Critics Choice category. Still, RRR movie is winning 2 more awards. Same for the Nattu Nattu song, again for the best foreign language film. So, for that also, RRR have won the 2 more awards. That's what they have given in this article. Now, Nattu Nattu song have won 2 awards. Oscar award also they have won. In Oscar award, Critics Choice Award also for the Nattu Nattu song they have given. Then 40th news. United States or Brony Gabriel crowned 71st Miss Universe 2022. Yes, 71st Miss Universe 2022 is crowned by US or Bonnie Gabriel. She is the woman. That crown will be presented to her by India's Harnas Kaur. So, because previously for the year 2021, Miss Universe is Harnas Kaur of India. She belongs to India. Harnas Kaur. She will be only giving that crown to next Miss Universe. So, that's what the tradition they are following. That's what the practice they are following. So, same as that this year 2022. So, 2022 71st Miss Universe award is given to or Bonnie Gabriel. Still anyone from India have reached that ranking? Yes. One lady, that is Divita Rai. She is the woman. She reached top 16 Up to 16th rank she has reached it, but she could not climb to the top 5. She is Divita Roy. Divita Roy from India. She reached up to rank 16 in the Miss Universe 2022, but she could not climb to the top 5 ranking. So anyway, this year's 2022 71st Miss Universe award is given to, crown is given to Arboni Gabriel. Then 41st news. Amazon back as the world's most valued brand, Apple down to number 2. Yes. Actually, previously we have seen in the hot news of the week, we have seen, right? Brand finance company, they will be launching more rankings. Still one more ranking they have released. What is that? Most valued brand in the world, which is the most valued brand. In that ranking, Amazon is ranked number 1. Now rank number 2, Apple. So previously Apple is in the number 1 rank. Now Apple is moved to the number 2, Amazon moved to the number 1. So most valued brand is given to the Amazon company. Okay, then ranks and reports news. 42nd news. Accenture retained the top slot in the most valuable IT services brand. Yes, this ranking also given by the brand finance company. This ranking is based on the information technology services, that is IT companies. Which IT companies is performing well globally. So for that company, they are giving this ranking. IT services 25. So 25 best world level best IT companies. So in that ranking, TCS and Infosys, they are in the number 2 and number 3 rank. Number 1 rank is claimed by Accenture company. Accenture company is in the number 1 ranking. Then number 2 TCS, number 3 Infosys, number 4 IBM, number 5 Cognizant, right? Then 43rd news. Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan making him the richest actor in Asia. Yes, Shah Rukh Khan, he is the richest actor in Asia, and in the world level, he is the 4th richest actor, beating Tom Cruise, Jackie Chan, George Clooney. He is the 4th richest actor all over the world and the richest actor in the Asia. Right. Then 44th news. Reliance Jio has been ranked as the strongest brand in India. Yes, this ranking also given by the brand finance company. What they have told is that they have released a ranking report called Global 500 2023. Global 500 2023. That is 500 best brands. They have listed in that 500 strong brands all over the world. It will be listed in this report. So in that, Reliance Jio is in the 9th ranking among the 9th ranking in the world level rankings, and Reliance Jio is the strongest brand in India. India wise, Reliance Jio is in the Reliance is the strongest brand. It ranks number 1, but world level it ranks 9 in the strongest brand category. Then 45th news. India is ranked 4th in the Global Firepower Index. Yes, Global Firepower Index. This ranking is based on the country's potential military strength. So based on the military strength of the company, this ranking will be published every year. So this year also Global Firepower Index ranking is listed. So in that ranking, US climbed the 1st rank, Russia 2nd place, China 3rd place, India moved to the 4th rank. 4th rank is India, 5th rank is Japan. Okay. Then summits and conferences. 46th news. A 2-day Think 20 summit began to be held in Bhopal. Yes, Think 20 summit. Actually, this year G20 presidency, it is held by India. That is this year ending around November or December. G20 presidency, G20 meeting will be held. So all world leaders from the G20 nations will be participating in that summit. So prior to that, actually before the G20 summit, which will be held at the end of this year, before that in India, various summits were held in various states. So later to that, Think 20 summit, a 2-day summit, Think 20 summit is planned to be held in Bhopal. So this summit, it will be actually inaugurated by, started by the Madhya Pradesh CM Shivraj Singh Chauhan sir. Right? He will be only launching this Think 20 summit meeting. He is the Shivraj Singh Chauhan sir. So ahead of the G20 meeting, now we are conducting, actually various meetings are conducted. So in this meeting also, leaders from the leaders from various nations, they will be participating in this meeting. So around 94 representatives from various nations are participating in this Think 20 summit. So actually this summit is prior to be held before the G20 summit, which is to be held at the end of this year. So before that, many summits are going to be held. It is going to be held throughout many states in India. Actually, what is the advantage in having the G20 presidency? Because this year India is having the G20 presidency. India is the chairman of the G20. So advantage is that India will be deciding the topic what to discuss in that G20 summit. So what topic must be discussed in the G20 summit? It will be decided by the India. So India will be choosing the topic which is more or less related to the developing countries' performance, rather than for the developed country related to the topics to the USA, topics related to the Britain. India will choose the topic related to them, related to their purpose. So that was the advantage in this G20 presidency. This year G20 presidency, it was held by India. It is held by India. So Think 20 summit began to be held in, it is to be conducted in Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. So they will be actually in this summit, they will be discussing a range of topics, various topics they will be discussing, and various issues they will be discussing in this meeting. So global governance with life values and well-being. So more or less global topics they will be discussing in that meeting. Then 47th news. Hyderabad to host a World Economic Forum Center for 4th Industrial Revolution. Yes, actually this year World Economic Forum annual meeting is held in Switzerland in Davos. Right. So same as that, in that meeting what they have announced is that they have announced Hyderabad as the World Economic Forum Center for 4th Industrial Revolution. Another one what they have announced is that they have announced Hyderabad as the solo center for healthcare and life sciences. Why they are focusing on Hyderabad? Why they are focusing on? Because Hyderabad is the capital of Telangana, right? Why they are focusing on Hyderabad? Because they are focusing on the Telangana state. Because Telangana is known as the vaccine center of the world. Why is Telangana is called as the vaccine center of the world? Because around 1/3 of all vaccines produced globally, 1/3 of the vaccine it is produced in Telangana. So that is why Telangana is called as the vaccine center of the world. So what they have decided in the World Economic Forum annual meeting is that this year, what they have decided is that let us announce Hyderabad as the World Economic Forum Center for 4th Industrial Revolution. Same as that, let us create a solo center for healthcare and life sciences in Hyderabad also. So that's how they have decided. Okay, right. Then sports news. 48th news. Viacom 18 have grabbed the media rights for the upcoming women's IPL match. Yes, women's IPL match is going to be held. So to telecast that women's IPL match, media rights is won by Viacom 18 company, media company. They have won it. In that bidding, Disney Star also participated, Sony also participated, but Viacom 18 company, they have won the media rights by giving around 951 crore rupees. They have quoted in the bidding. They have won the media rights for 5 years. They will be telecasting this women's IPL matches. Because the auctioning for the women's IPL T20 league is to be conducted in Mumbai. So prior to that, Viacom 18 media company have won the media rights to telecast this women's IPL matches for the next 5 years. They have quoted around 951 crore rupees. They have given 951 crore rupees to win this bidding. Then 49th news. International Cricket Council, that is ICC, reportedly lost nearly $2.5 million in online scam last year. Yes, in the last year alone, ICC have lost nearly $2.5 million in the online scam. Particularly the incident of phishing. What is phishing? Actually, in our mail, suddenly Gmail, in our mail ID, suddenly a mail will be pop up. If we click that mail, automatically our information, our finance details, it will get shared in that mail. So our information, our money get lost. So that is the online scam. So by sending a mail, they could steal your data, they could steal your money. That is called phishing. So using that technique, actually ICC, they have cheated ICC, that is $2.5 million ICC have lost in the online scam last year. So not once, not twice, but 4 times. Continuously, ICC has lost $2.5 million in the last year alone. So that's how they have told. That's what they have told. And authorities at the ICC Dubai office did not have a clue. They don't know how they have lost it, but they have lost the money. So that's what they are telling. Then schemes and committees. 50th news. interest subsidy on education loans for overseas studies for students belonging to minority community discontinued. Yes, actually for the minority community students, if they want to study in abroad, if they want to study in overseas, in foreign countries, they are given interest subsidy. Suppose actually education loan is given to the minority students to study in abroad. So if the interest rate is 7%, 4% interest will be paid by the government, 3% will be paid by the person. Now what government have announced is that now we are cancelling this, discontinuing this interest subsidy scheme. So actually that subsidy scheme is called Pado Pardesh. This is the Pado Pardesh interest subsidy scheme. Now they are discontinuing this interest subsidy scheme. That's what told by the government. But before discontinuing it, which is the nodal bank for implementing this interest subsidy scheme, that is Pado Pardesh interest subsidy scheme, is Canara Bank. That information also you know it. Then 51st news. Rajasthan Chief Minister has implemented the policy for blindness control. Yes, Rajasthan CM has announced a policy for blindness control with the objective of right to sight. Actually, each and every blind people, visually impaired people, to get their sight, to get their visual, again, our Rajasthan government have framed a separate policy called Policy for Blindness Control. So it is actually to help more than 3 lakh people suffering from the visual impairment. Actually, this based on this policy, more and more people, around more than 3 lakh people in that state will be given the vision treatment, vision impairment treatment will be provided to them. Again, vision will be provided to them. For that purpose, Rajasthan government have launched a campaign also. That campaign name is Nirogi Rajasthan. Based on that campaign only, what they have told is that we are launching a separate policy for the blindness control. Actually, each and every visually impaired people must re-get their sight. For that purpose, we are launching a policy. That is the right to sight. It is the right of every person. So we are framing that policy, exclusive policy for the blindness control. That is through the Nirogi Rajasthan campaign. Rajasthan CM have told it. Actually, with this, the Rajasthan has become the first state to have such a policy, because in India, no other state have such a policy to cure the blindness. For the blindness control, no such state have the policy, but Rajasthan is the first state to have such a policy for the blindness control. Then science and technology news. 52nd news. Entire country will be covered by Doppler weather radar network by 2025. Actually, India Meteorological Department Foundation Day. Actually, Indian Meteorological Department, IMD, it was founded on 15th January 1875. So 15th January, on this Foundation Day, this year also we are celebrating that Foundation Day. In this Foundation Day, Union Minister Jitendra Singh, he had participated and he had given a speech. In that speech, what he had told is that by 2025, entire India will be covered under the Doppler weather radar network. So that we can predict the extreme weather events more accurately. We can predict the extreme weather events. So by the year 2025, each and every area in the country will be covered under the Doppler weather radar network. So for that purpose, we are having around 33 radars, but now still 4 more radars were added. So the radars, they were included in Himachal Pradesh at Muradevi and Jod, one in Jammu and Kashmir, and another one in Uttarakhand. They have set up the radar. So what he had told is that around 2025, each and every place in the country will be covered under this Doppler weather radar network. Okay, right. So now we are going to see important days. 53rd news. 16th January, the founding day of Startup India is commemorated as a National Startup Day. Yes, 16th January 2015, because it was on this day, it was on this year only, Startup India scheme was announced by the government to encourage more and more entrepreneurs, to encourage more and more people to start their own business. Startup India scheme was organized and people are given cheap interest rate loans. They are given low interest rate loans. They have given for those people who want to build a new startup company. So this 16th January from the year of 2022, what the government have decided is that, okay, right, let us celebrate this 16th January as which is the founding day of Startup India scheme. Let us celebrate that day as this National Startup Day. Let us celebrate that day as the National Startup Day. That's what they have told in this news article. Okay, right. Same as that, this year, Startup India Innovation Week is also organized from 10th to 16th January. They have organized Startup India Innovation Week. So in this week, many competition, many events will be held. Many startup companies can participate in that event. They can showcase their ideas. They can win many rewards and recognition. They can win it. Many prizes they can win it. Okay, right. That's all. Then we are going to see obituaries. 54th news. Renowned Assamese poet and a recipient of Janpith Award. Yes, he had won the Janpith Award in the year 2021. Neelamani Pookan has passed away. Yes, he is a famous Assamese poet, Assam poet called Neelamani Pookan. Previously, in the year 2021, he had won the highest literary award called the Janpith Award. It is the highest literary award called Janpith Award. It is given to Neelamani Pookan in the year 2021. Now, he was passed away at the age of 89. Okay, so last topic. We have arrived at the last topic, that is miscellaneous news heading. Suppose if we could not complete any news article in the 19 topics, we will be covering that news article in this 20th topic. That is the last topic, miscellaneous news heading. We are going to see it. 55th news. Jammu and Kashmir become the first union territory in India to completely switch to a digital mode of administration. Yes. Actually, we all know that. Now, Jammu and Kashmir is split into two union territories. Jammu and Kashmir is a separate union territory. Ladakh is a separate union territory. Previously, Jammu and Kashmir is a separate state. So, by the year 2019, what the government have announced is that let us change Jammu and Kashmir status to union territories and let us split. So, Jammu and Kashmir split into Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory, Ladakh and Union Territory. They are planning to bring state legislative assembly, same as Delhi and Pondicherry. Because Delhi and Pondicherry is also a union territory, they are having state legislative assembly. Same as in Jammu and Kashmir also, state legislative assembly is going to come. Now in Jammu and Kashmir, it becomes the first union territory in India to switch to a digital mode of administration. Yes, in Jammu and Kashmir, all administrative activities will be taken care. That is, will be done through digital mode only. So it is the first union territory in India to completely switch to a digital mode of administration, because we have many union territories. We have New Delhi, we have Puducherry, we have Jammu and Kashmir, we have Ladakh, we have Dadra Nagar Haveli, we have Daman and Diu. We have Daman and Diu, Dadra Nagar Haveli, it is the same union territory. We have Chandigarh, we have Andaman and Nicobar Island, we have Lakshadweep. So, among the union territories, Jammu and Kashmir is the first union territory in India to completely switch to the digital mode of administration. So, if you want to apply for the Aadhaar, if you want to apply for the ration, if you want to apply for the PAN, so everything it will be happen in the digital method only. Right? Then 56th news. This week's last news we are going to see. Ministry of Environment and Forest has listed Neela Kurinji under Schedule 3 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Yes, our government have listed Neela Kurinji plant under the Schedule 3 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. If this plant is included under Schedule 3, if a person, if anyone who is destroying this plant or uprooting this plant, he will be fined with the amount of rupees 25,000 and he will be jailed, he will be imprisoned for 3 years. So that's what the punishment is given to any person if they are destroying this Neela Kurinji flower or plant, because this plant now is included under Schedule 3 of the Wildlife Protection Act. Actually, in Wildlife Protection Act, we are having 6 schedules. Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3 and 4, Schedule 5, Schedule 6. Actually, in Schedule 1, it will be having endangered species. Those species which are going to extinct. That is, 70% of that species population is extinct. So that species is called endangered species. So to protect that species, those species, that species will be listed in the Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act. So if anyone destroys that or kill that species, animal or plant species, they will be sent for the rigorous imprisonment and they will be they will also need to pay a penalty. They will also need to pay a fine. Same as the Schedule 2. If an animal is included in the Schedule 2, that animal must not be killed. If anyone is killing that animal, which is listed in the Schedule 2, they will be present in the jail. They will be sentenced to the jail. Right? Example, in Schedule 2, we are having flying squirrel, Kashmir fox. If anyone kills this Kashmir fox, they will be sentenced to jail because it is listed in the Schedule 2 of the Wildlife Protection Act. Schedule 3 and 4. Schedule 3 and 4, in this list, It does not include the endangered species. There won't be any endangered species, but this list will also include some plant and animal species. If anyone destroys or kills that animal or plant species, they will also have to pay the fine. They will be sentenced to the jail also, right? In Schedule 5, because in Schedule 3 only now they have included, or government have included Neelakurinji plant in the Schedule 3. Schedule 3 and 4, it is more or less same. Schedule 5, in this schedule, this schedule contains a list of animals that can be hunted. If an animal is listed in this schedule, this animal can be hunted. Example, mice, rat, common crow, they can be hunted because these animals, it will give harm to the humans. So for that purpose only, if an animal is listed in the Schedule 5 of the Wildlife Protection Act, that animal can be hunted. That government won't be sentenced you to jail, that is, you won't be sent to the jail, or you won't need to pay any fine. So if an animal is listed in the Schedule 5, you can kill that animal. If an animal is listed in Schedule 1, 2, 3 and 4, you cannot kill that animal or plant species. Then last schedule, it is Schedule 6. This list contains the plants that are forbidden from cultivation. Yes, this list consists of plants, but that plants is not suitable for cultivation. If a plant is listed in this schedule, you should not cultivate that plant, because that plant is harmful to our environment, to our soil. That's what the meaning is. So that list contains plants that are forbidden from cultivation. You should not cultivate that plant. That plants lists are included in the Schedule 6. So totally we are having 6 schedules in the Wildlife Protection Act. In the Schedule 3, Neelakurinji plant is now included. Okay, right, that's all. Now we have completed the January 3rd week general awareness news. We have finished. So straight away go to the quiz link in the description box, attend the quiz and check your score, because that will help you to double revise the news article, right? Okay students, if you are liking this initiative, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends and fellow aspirants. Thank you students.